Let us continue reading this book by Uriah Smith, Daniel and Revelation, 1897. We are reading Daniel chapter 11, verse 45, the sixth part of this series. Our Father in heaven, thank you so much for your blessing. Thank you so much for the gift of life. I pray that your people will be prepared. I name in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Uriah Smith comments, the words of Bonaparte quoted above in reference to the destruction of the equilibrium of Europe reveal the motive which has induced the great powers to tolerate so long the existence on the continent of a nation which is false in religion, destitute of humanity, and a disgrace to modern civilization. Constantinople is regarded by general consent as the grand strategic point of Europe, and the powers have such sagacity or jealousy enough to see or think they see the fact that if any one of the European powers gains permanent possession of that point, as Russia desires to do, that power will be able to dictate terms of the rest of Europe. This position, no one of the powers is willing that any other power should possess, and the only apparent way to prevent it is for them all to combine by a tacit or express agreement to keep each other out and suffer the unspeakable Turk to drag along his sickly Asiatic existence on the soil of Europe. This is preserving that balance of power over which they are all so sensitive. But this cannot always continue. He shall come to his end, and none shall help him. The sick man seems determined to reduce himself most speedily to such a degree of offensiveness that Europe will be obliged to drive him into Asia as a matter of safety to its own civilization. When Russia in 1870 announced her intention to disregard the Treaty of 1856, the other powers, though incapable of doing anything, nevertheless, as was becoming their ideas of their own importance, made quite a show of offended dignity. A Congress of Nations was demanded, and the demand was granted. The Congress was held and proved, as everybody expected it would, simply a farce so far as restraining Russia was concerned. The San Francisco Chronicle of March 1871 had this paragraph touching the Eastern Question Congress. It is quite evident that as far as directing or controlling the action of the Muscovite government is concerned, the Congress is little better than a farce. England originated the idea of the Congress simply because it afforded her an opportunity of abandoning without actual dishonor a position she had assumed rather too hastily, and Russia was complacent enough to join in the little game, feeling satisfied that she would lose nothing by her courtesy. Turkey is the only aggrieved party in this dexterous arrangement. She is left face to face with her own hereditary and implacable enemy. For the nations that previously assisted her, ostensibly through friendship and love of justice, but really through motives of self-interest, have evaded the challenge to openly flung into the arena by the Northern Colossus. It is easy to foresee the end of this conference. Russia will get all she requires. Another step will be taken toward the realization of Peter the Great's will, and the Sultan will receive a foretaste of his apparent inevitable doom, expulsion from Europe. We will read the next paragraph the next time. May God our Father God bless you, and his Son be gracious to you now and forevermore. Amen.